guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456, and welcome to the Origins Remastered Zombie Chronicles Staff Guide series, where I'm going to be showing you how to build and upgrade each one of the staffs the easiest way possible and showing you every possible spawn in the least amount of time possible so you can get back to your game. If you guys do enjoy, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and if you guys want to check out any of the other staffs, they're all going to be down below in the description, each one of the staffs in a series. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first step is to pick up the lightning record, and to do this, there are 3 different spawn points that I'm going to show you guys right here. The first one is over here next to Jug and the Wonder Fist, sitting right there on the table. That is the spawn that I got in this game right here. It can also be sitting right over here on this little wagon, just right up, propped up in the corner. You do have to approach it from this angle to actually see it. You can't just look at it from behind and see it. But if it is not in either of those 2 locations, you can go all the way down into the tunnel of wind and go down, and it'll be sitting right here next to this little kind of lighting booth, sound gramophone area right there. It'll be sitting right there. Very, very easy to see. One of those 3 spots. Pick it up. You'll be good to go. Next up, we're going to actually go and pick up the staff parts itself. To do this, we're going to have to ride the tank from 2 different spots. Basically, you're going to ride it. It's going to go halfway around the map. You're going to ride it again. It's going to go the other half around the map. And basically, all you need to do is ride the tank, and then you're going to jump off the tank at certain times to actually pick up the 3 different parts. I'm going to speed it up a little bit just so you guys don't have to watch the entire tank ride. But anyway, after you're kind of like more than halfway through this ride, you're going to see this little kind of like platform up here on the left. You're going to kind of try to avoid the zombie because usually the zombie will jump up here with you. You're going to jump across, and then you're going to be able to run all the way over here and grab this little staff part right here. Be careful because the robot does actually step here. You do have to avoid the robot sometimes if he is actually stepping there, but that is the first one, and then the tank will end up over by generator 2, and that's kind of like right next to the spawn. So follow the tank over there. Whenever the tank is kind of refueled and ready to go, you're going to hop up on the little ledge right there and then go ahead and jump onto this little platform here. You're going to grab the next part, and if you have stamina up and you are quick enough, you can actually make it back on the same kind of like rotation like I did here. Sometimes it's not very possible because the tank will just go over that little ledge. You might have to ride the tank all the way back around, just call it from the other station, and you can ride it all the way around. You may have to take up to 4 tank rides to actually get this other part, but this other part is sitting right over here on this little jump off area, so you're gonna jump off there, run over here, grab the part, and there you go. You have all 3 parts for the lightning staff, and you're ready to move on to the next step. So again, sorry for the old gameplay, but this recording is a better recording than what I had, and it shows you each and every spawn that the actual disc can be, but you need to pick up a black disc that doesn't have anything to do with any of the staffs. The first location can be right there at the excavation site entrance, and the next one is over here around back, kind of near the church type area. It is up there right on that little ledge. You will either see it there in one of those 2 places if it's spawned there, or the third one you actually have to open up the excavation site to get into. Basically what this disc is needed for is that you need to use this disc to open up the bottom area of the excavation site where you actually open up the staffs, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. But before I do that, again, right here on this little ledge that I'm about to pass by is another spawn right here, but the last spawn is actually in the excavation site. It'll cost you a little bit of pointage to get in there, but it is sitting right there on top of that little thing, and that's actually the spawn I had in my remastered game as well. But if you run over here, you grab this disc from one of the 3 locations, you'll be good to go to head down into the excavation site after actually opening it up. Head down to the bottom type area of the excavation site, and you'll see that it is not fully opened up yet. There's a little blockage there. You will find a gramophone sitting right there on the ground. It's the same spawn every single time. You're going to place it on that pedestal with the record and with the gramophone, and it will actually start to open up the entire downstairs area where you can actually build the staffs and upgrade the staffs and do all the steps you need to. So you're going to wait for this to fully open up. You're going to run over, pick up the gramophone once again once you are able to pick it up, and move on to the next step. So after you've picked up the record that you need for this staff, you have all the different staff parts, and you have the gramophone itself, you need to head down this tunnel specifically. You need to go down the specific tunnel that corresponds to your element. If you head down the wrong tunnel and place the gramophone in the tunnel with the wrong element that you're trying to build for your staff, it'll give you a crystal that you don't actually need, or don't give you a crystal at all, depending on whether or not you have the correct record. But whenever you're ready to build this staff, you need to go ahead and head down this specific tunnel, go through the portal, and head to this little pedestal that is sitting over here next to the entrance. Whenever you pick this thing up, it'll give you a part, it'll give you a crystal, and that corresponds to your staff, and that will allow you to actually build the staff in the excavation site, and you're ready to actually build the staff itself. You're completely done with the staff, and now we can move on to actually upgrading the staff. So once you actually have the staff in hand, head over to the crazy place, and you're gonna shoot these numbers right here into this little area right here. You're only gonna shoot the bottom row, and this is going to be the code that you do. You're gonna shoot the first tile, the third tile, and the 6th tile. You're gonna wait until those things disappear, here, and then you're gonna shoot the 3rd, 5th, and 7th tile. You're gonna wait a second. Those things will eventually disappear, and it'll stop making kind of like a little piano sound on those things. And then you're gonna go up again. Once they disappear, shoot 2, 4, and 6. And if done correctly, you should hear a nice little sound that comes out like this. And if you have done that, it will actually complete this step. Now, if you do it wrong or you mess up in any way, just shoot a couple of things and reset. Always start once again with 1, 3, 6, and then move along through each one of the iterations. And again, if you mess up on any of the steps, you just shoot 3 random ones to reset the entire thing, and then start back again with the first step, and then keep going until all of them are done, and you'll be done with this step. And now we're moving on to the real world step. So after doing the crazy play step, you need to do the real world upgrade step, which is coming over and holding X or the activate button to turn each one of these dials to the position that I am showing right here. The first dial you need to turn twice so it is facing the opposite way as shown as such. The second dial is over by the tank station, and you need to turn it 3 times so it's facing down like that. Once you've done that, you can move on to the next one, which is over by the wind tunnel and juggernaut. Over here, you need to go ahead and turn this dial, boom, boom, and you will see it is now facing up. Once you have done that, you can move into the next one, which is over by stamina and generator 5. Come over to this dial right over here next to the Wonder Fizz. You're gonna go ahead and turn that thing 3 times so it's facing down, and whenever that thing is facing down, you can move on to the next step, which is over here right next to the church. Right before you enter the church, there's a nice little dial box right here. You're gonna turn that thing 3 times so it's facing up, and then you need to move on to the next step, which is over here by the tank station. Head over downstairs by the in the church type area. Sorry, not the tank station, church type area. You're gonna turn that thing twice so it actually faces the other way as what it originally was, and then you're gonna go ahead and head upstairs to the last one. There is 7 dials in total, and if you mess up, just keep on turning them until they're in the correct position. You don't have to turn them a certain number of times. Just turn them until they're facing the ones that I show, and then you're gonna turn that one so it is facing up, and that will complete the dial step. And now you can go ahead and head back down to the excavation site where you're going to turn all of these different little dials until they all match up to purple. There's 4 dials all around this room, and then obviously there's a big giant thing right here in the middle. You're gonna keep on turning these things until each and every one actually has a purple kind of like orb on it. Now, if the orb does not show up in the very bottom of this thing after you turn these all to purple, it means you have messed up one of the dials on the outside world. Basically, you missed one maybe in the spawn, maybe you missed the one that's in a certain area or anything like that. But if you've done all of them correctly, the orb should be sitting right here down in the bottom. You shoot that thing with the lightning gun, or the lightning gun, the staff of lightning. It should light up, it should make a nice little sound, and you are ready to go ahead and actually go upgrade this thing. So once you have actually shot that thing, once it has gone back to the crazy place, you'll see that there's now a giant area where you can actually place the lightning staff, and this thing is now ready for 25 zombie souls. So get these souls any way you wish. You can get it with a normal gun, you can get it with another staff. It does not matter at all how you get these kills, but you'll see that the souls have started to be sucked into this little kind of like pedestal with the lightning staff. I'm actually upgrading the fire staff during that, but either way, all you need to do is get some kills. And once it has received 25 kills, you actually see that the lightning staff is available to pick up, and you are now completely gunned. This thing, in my opinion, is not the greatest staff. It's probably what you should give your best player, because you want your other players to be able to keep themselves up with the other staff. This one's not very good. It's kind of decent for taking out panzers, and that's really about it. But other than that, that is the entire upgraded step to finish off the Keymat's Bite, which is the lightning staff upgraded. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you again check out that description if you want to learn how to upgrade any of the other staffs at all. And that is going to about wrap it up for me. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.